Finland is located up in the northernmost section of Europe and is bordered by the countries of Russia and Sweden. Finland is also bordered by the Baltic Sea, Gulf of Bothnia, and the Gulf of Finland. The country's landmass is slightly smaller than Montana in comparison. The official languages of Finland are Finnish and Swedish, with Finnish making up 91% of the population's native language. Finnish is what most of the schools conduct classes in, though there are some schools that conduct classes in Swedish. There are small populations that still speak the native language of the Sami or Lapp people. During the first millennium, the native Sami inhabitants were pushed further and further north into the Arctic regions by the Finnish-speaking people. In 1157, this land was made part of the Swedish kingdom led by King Eric IX. Alexander I then conquered Finland in 1809. He made the national language Russian and took away Finnish political power. The Finnish took the opportunity to declare independence from Russia in 1917 during the March Revolution. The Finns were again defeated by the Russians during World War II in 1948, although this time a treaty of friendship and mutual assistance was signed between the two nations. This was the agreement until 1995, when Finland became a member of the European Union and adopted the euro as their currency. The Finnish educational systems of today are some of the best in the world. They have a decentralized system, but still need to perform to national regulations and standards. The students consistently perform higher on the PISA, which is a standardized test to determine 15-year-old students' understanding of math, reading, and science subjects. This is one of the two standardized tests that Finnish students take throughout their schooling careers. The other test is a graduation exam to determine their mastery of knowledge. Most students do not start taking tests or even start having homework until they get into the middle and high school grades. Speaking of grade levels, Finland's compulsory schools go from grades 1 to 9 that all children attend. After this 9th grade, students have options for their secondary education. They have the choice of either a vocational training or university preparation high schools, which they attend for 3 years. Children do not start school until the age of 7, meaning they do not finish high school until they are around 19 years old. Students then go on for more vocational training, also known as polytechnics, or onto a university. The split of the students is almost 50-50 when going from the compulsory schools to secondary schools. There is not a negative stigma linked to vocational training that can be seen in the U.S. There is also preschool education for those students under the age of 7. This is completely funded by the government and focuses on building self-reflection and social behavior skills. Preschool is viewed as an important stepping stone in educating children. Teachers in Finland go through the university track in secondary education and then go on to a university to receive their bachelor's degrees. Teachers are then required to earn a master's degree in order to teach students. It is this level of standards that creates a high respect for teachers and that helps to create the higher quality of education in Finland. For a student to be accepted as an education major, he or she must be a part of the top 10% of their high school's graduation class, as well as scoring high enough on the college entrance exam. For those who qualify, not all are accepted into the university program. Those wanting to teach primary education major in education along with 2 minors of specific subject areas. Those wanting to teach secondary education, however, major in the subject area they wish to teach, plus do an extra year of school to be sure that they have mastered the subject. Both Finland and the United States offer free public education for every student. But while the US's education is mostly funded by local taxes, Finland's education is completely federally funded. Everything from the books, meals, and even school supplies are not the responsibility of the families or the teachers. Finland's universities are also free to students if they can achieve high enough grades to be accepted. This creates a very high level of competition for students that ultimately creates even higher standards of graduates than in the US. Teachers have a lot more freedom to teach how they wish in Finland. There are no specific teaching benchmarks like the US has, such as the Sunshine State standards here. As long as the students learn the core subjects that the broad national standards outline, the teachers are trusted enough to choose their own curriculum. The free education and the freedom of instruction is what the Finns claim allows for the teachers to better focus on the lessons and the learning of the students. The major difference between Finnish schools and American schools is that it seems to be that Finnish schools really have the opportunity for equal education. The quality of their education is not determined by what the students have or have not.